new government has said that they reject both Article 11 and 13, so it's expected that they will join the camp of countries being opposed. And also Poland is a possible candidate for a change of direction, because actually every single Polish government party member in the European Parliament voted against. Nevertheless, the government voted in favor. So, and also in Parliament, in Poland, there's quite an active civil society that is asking questions and launching protests. In Council, in order to reject a proposal, you need to have either 11 countries voting against, or countries representing 35% of the population. And as you can see, if Italy and Poland were actually to join the ones voting against, you would have 44% of the population against. So, of course, the negotiators know this, and this will also be a challenge for the Romanian presidency when they take over, that whatever agreement they reach with Parliament will also have to be voted again by the Council and will have to meet this qualified majority. So there is a possibility to put pressure on the governments to change the law quite substantially. So Romania is going to take over the Council presidency on the 1st of January. And the Parliament elections take place in May. So that means that the last chance to still vote on this legislation before the elections is in April. So it's still possible that Romania might be the one actually negotiating the final deal. And that, of course, gives Romanian industry also a good opportunity to try to voice some of the concerns, because originally this proposal was meant to target the very large American platform companies. And I think that some of the negative effects and anti-competitive effects on smaller European platforms are largely unintentional. Or perhaps the European Commission just didn't think about them as much because they do not believe that Europe can compete in the platform economy, and instead they are trying to help the already large media and entertainment companies that we have in Europe. But I think that in Romania it should be possible to also make the point that IT industry is quite important, and we should not take away the opportunity for European platforms to be able to grow and to compete with the players that are already large. So there's going to have to be a final vote on whatever comes out of the compromise, both in the Parliament and in the Council. So that means it's also still possible to influence the majorities in Parliament. As you could see, it was very close in the last two votes. And what we have learned is that also different types of activism can be quite effective. We had a petition launched in Germany that generated almost 1 million signatures before the vote in July, and that raised quite a lot of attention. And by now this petition has actually reached almost 2 million signatures. So there's quite a lot happening there, and it can affect the way that people vote. In Italy, Italian members of parliament have largely been very much in favor of the proposal. However, before the vote in July, the Italian Wikipedia ran a blackout campaign where they warned of the dangers of the proposal for Wikipedia, for free knowledge, and this also caused quite a lot of Italian members to change their voting behavior. So that means that there are possibilities to still affect the end result. And for companies, for example, there has been a new website launched yesterday called Don't Wreck the Net, so don'twreckthee.net, where Patreon and Reddit and a few other online companies that are not the largest ones on the market are making points about how this proposal will negatively affect the online ecosystem, and they're also looking for other companies to join this call and to call for certain improvements of the proposal. And I know there are several similar initiatives in different European countries that I think we will also hear a bit more about over the course of the day. So I think, yeah, this proposal is still very far from being finalized. There's not a lot of time because everything will happen before April, basically. But I think that especially Romanian industry and Romanian activists are in a good position to try to influence this proposal at the moment, both because there are a lot of Romanian members of parliament, it's a large country, and because of the council presidency in the spring. So thank you very much for your attention, and I look forward to any questions you may have in the discussion.